It does get hot real quick when you turn your air conditioning off.
It does, in fact. It does, in fact.
It does, in fact.
Guys, we are live. I'm gonna have to change around some camera panels.
Whoa!
Yeah. We're live and bumping. I'm gonna change around some camera panels, but we are good to roll.
Okay.
Cool stuff.
Hi, everyone. It's been a while. We missed last week. I think we even missed the week before. Did we miss the week before? I can't remember.
We did miss the week before, yes.
Yeah, so last week was health.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Did you get a cyber leg, bub? Did you come out with a shiny new cyber leg?
I wish I was that lucky. That is not the case. Not the case, lad.
Wait, it'd be more lucky if you had to get an amputation and get a cyber leg?
I think a cyber leg would defeat what I have right now.
True. Cyber leg would be cool.
It would be cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think a cyber leg would be pretty freaking dope.
And then you would be the ultimate role player in this game. You would have cyberware.
Would I though?
The ultimate cosplayer. I have gone so far to replace one of my limbs.
Yeah, it sounds kind of awesome though. This is gonna be Smiley, so disregard me. I'm just gonna go ahead and adjust the cameras.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, thank you for that.
Hi, chat.
Hello, chat. Well, I think we got our good buddies over there at the Shadowcasters Network hosting us tonight, so welcome if you guys are watching.
Is 4 muted?
No.
Yes, 4.
4 is here.
I'm chewing my carrots really loud.
I got you. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Carrots are a little loud too. Well, guys, I got my lucky Shadowrun shirt on today. This is my Jack Point shirt I got from Gen Con.
Oh, nice.
Who's the lucky ones here? I'm not really sure. Are we lucky? Does this mean good things for us?
Oh, that is true.
It's a lucky shirt.
Who is benefiting from your lucky shirt?
Don't take it off. Don't take it off.
Hey,
I'll never start wearing it from now on.
our GM is wearing his lucky shirt. I'm not sure who benefits from this. Should we be scared? Should we be scared?
Let me roll my d6. Here's my
Rude. Don't leave dice as the decider. In this instance,
No.
at least.
I'm wearing my lucky TwitchCon from last year shirt.
It was a 6, so take from that what you will.
In Mouse Guard, that's excellent. I spent a fate point to explode it.
Oh my god, I want to play mouse guard so bad.
Who were talking about this while we were setting things up? We agreed we all want to play mouse guard pretty much.
Damn.
I don't know what mouse guard is, but I'll play it.
It's fucking awesome.
Play a mouse.
So good.
It's so
My
good.
game. My
Hey,
game.
Shadowcasters Network, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for the support tonight. Happy to have you here.
Happy to have you guys before you do your own Anarchy game.
We're good to go.
Good luck to you on that. Okay. If it looks like everybody's portraits are nice and shiny and snazzy, except for mine, which is always poorly lit, but hey ho, here we go. So, welcome back to the Shadows, ladies and gentlemen. We are off on our 8th session, official session, not a partial session, but yes. And we have come a long way. And those of you who weren't here last week, we did try to start a game. LZT wasn't here, and we had to quit because Mr. Bub had to go get a cyber leg replacement. No, he didn't. But tell you what, before I bring up what we were working on last session things, and I will talk a little bit about what system we're using, because some of you are coming in late after we have switched away from Shadowrun 5th edition. We are now on Shadowrun Anarchy for the remainder of the campaign. And we are kind of winging our way through it, and we're having a good time doing it. That's the most important thing that matters. So, tell you guys what. Why don't you go ahead and recap where we at in our story so far? And I will tell you, we are currently at Monday, April 13th, at least 2 days since your initial run.
So, in story and continuity, we were going to the residence that we were giving the address to, right? Like, we had just finished the mission for the Yakuza, and we were heading to the residence. I can't remember the name of this residence.
Mr. Jameson's estate.
Yes, Mr. Jameson's estate. Yeah. It's looking to be one hell of a run. I'm super excited for it. We did gather some information, but what, I can't necessarily remember. So
All right,
Help me out here.
So LZT doesn't know this because he wasn't here, but you guys did get a nice, big, juicy packet of information from Eliza. And LZT, what you also missed last week was Eliza
Did
called
we
you guys.
did we hand back the person we rescued?
You did. Yep, you're good. And
okay.
Bub is still the caretaker of that plot point, which hopefully he still got it. He didn't lose it.
Still have it.
It's a special Yakuza plot point. Super duper special, super turtly. But yeah, essentially what happened is after you dropped off Kanji Sakazuki. That sounds about right, but I'm pretty sure I'll be wrong later. So anyway, you dropped him off. It was Kanji Shinsaku, my bad. I stare at my notes.
Yes, Sakazuki is the cup that you get sake in, which I mentioned, I think, that might be why. which we all agreed was me showing off that I know things in Japanese.
Yes, you are a know-it-all, and we love you for it, maybe, sometimes, I don't know. So,
no judgments.
I keep getting mixed up because I run 3 Shadowrun games, and I have multiple Japanese characters involved. So anywho, yes, you guys dropped off Kanji Shinsaku, and you also dropped off Seamus before that point, and they kiss each other goodbye, because aw. But, after you did the drop-off, and Bub became the caretaker of one shiny new Yakuza plot point, Eliza called you guys and said that the people who were formerly in charge of keeping tabs on how long it would take to reverse engineer the Izanagi program, they clearly overestimated it, and so now you guys have 48 hours to get that program back before Mr. Jameson is in the wind. Now, you also know that the Yakuza told you that they'd be available in 2 days, which will make it extremely awkward if you try to do it at the last hour. You can try and force it. Who knows if that'll work well, but there will be a roll involved. But you guys were just kind of getting an information packet from Eliza on the specs of the house, which you will find in your handouts in your journal. You got all sorts of juicy info about it. And one thing that they don't tell you is the kind of design of the house. Essentially, it is on a mountainside in Snohomish. It's kind of like on a big hill slope. And I did say it faces west to east because he likes to watch the sunrise. So, basically, there's big surrounding woods around this entire building. And it does go downhill to where there's a bit of an open plain, and though it is a little harder to see because you're coming up from the woods and you're coming from a downward angle, versus the back of the house is level with the street. So there is a road that drops off into this house on the 3rd floor. I believe they call it the 2nd floor in the blueprints. Because they got an underground, a 1st floor, 2nd.
Oh, so no ground floor?
Might be a ground floor, they called it. It is a strange house because it's partially embedded into the ground while also being elevated as well. Kind of neat. And you guys were talking about the host that you were going to go and destroy, because you did get that location, and you were like, we want to make it so much easier to get in here so you guys can like blow it up or something, or hack blow it up, whatever you choose to do. But LZT, Shade, your character, was like, after the gang thought about doing explosives, you were like, yeah, I'll go ahead and talk to my weapons dealer to see about getting explosives. So you went off to the side and you started making that phone call to make those arrangements. And when you do make that phone call, Mr. Shade, trying to remember his text. It's been a while since yes, this is Delacroix. What can I do for you?
Oh shit, son! This is the, for those of you who don't know, this is the character I shouldn't know. I got it because Kika's character knew, and Kika was never in the campaign.
But we are playing Anarchy, so whatever.
Hey! I gotta bring up my character sheet here. I only have the thing up.
Yes, and if you guys don't remember where your contacts are in this sheet, it's on the very bottom right. They are just kind of listed.
Why did I have to call him his shit? He's got one fucking loyalty.
I mean, he's a vendor. He sells you weapons.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. So, what did you say? Sorry?
He's like, yes, this is Delacroix. What can I do for you?
Did I have an accent? I can't remember. I haven't played him forever.
Okay, your character is Native American.
Yes, I know that.
We established that there is,
You
in
didn't
fact, a
do an
Native
accent.
American accent. But you chose not to do it.
Oh,
You
okay.
opted out because of your location, the accent that you already adapt to, speaking English to a Japanese guy as a Native American. It was like a lot of hoops to hop
Too
through.
multifaceted is what we're saying.
Native American accents are hard.
Now they will
Yes.
know we were here.
Okay, so it's
I
like
wish I had an echo function so I could make that reference even better, but
Lorenzo, the Shade.
Ah, Mr. Shade, it's good to hear you. How have you been?
You know, keep him busy. Hey, I got a quick hotshot question for you.
Sure, so long as I have it in supply. I'm assuming that is why you've called.
Always.
Hmm. What kind of
Uh,
instruction can I provide you with today?
So I don't know the names of any. Is it still C4 and Semtex, or what's going on?
I think it is C4. I don't have my items of Shadowrun rulebook with me,
Neither do I.
but
Uh,
I'm pretty sure it's some form of C4. There is like a remote explosive in the game.
Yeah. Well, I'll just stay general. Hey, I'm looking for a small, compact package. You know, that can make a bit of a bang. We used to run with C4 back in the day, but I don't know what's current. You know,
C4.
or
Yeah,
anything that I know way back in the day they used to make good stuff back in Europe, but I don't know what's. As I said, I don't know what's current. We never run with that stuff.
So he does seem to. You hear some beeps and boops of some sort of computer noises as he's flicking through probably his own inventory, and he goes, "Yes, I do have some forms of explosives. I have, of course, your commercial grades, your foam explosives, plastic explosives. Of course, you might want your detonator caps at the same time. I do have some of these in stock, though these are specialty items.
Yeah. How much?
He kind of tells you a very generic amount because in Anarchy, guys, we don't care about money. We assume you can pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't care about money, but Shane does. This is why he runs.
Let's see. Per kilogram, it'll cost you about 100 new yen. How big do you need an explosion?
Oh, 100 union per kilo. Oh, give me like 1 kilo blocks. I should be able to do something with that.
Very good, sir. Good.
And detonator. And
For you, my good sir, I will go ahead and throw in the detonator for free since you've been such a loyal customer.
oh, I appreciate that.
I assume you might want the usual rounds today in case of any trouble.
That would be preferable, yeah.
Yes, I'll go ahead and have a package ready for you. Please swing by when you're able. Just good doing business again with you, Mr. Shade. Take care, sir.
Likewise.
He's such a loyal regular that he knew exactly who he was the moment that he called, yet he had to ask who it was.
Maybe he's just a busy guy, or he knows so many people with the generic name of Shade. He just
Perhaps.
happened to
Yeah.
recognize the Native American version one.
Don't look up Shade in the yellow
shadow.
pages. There'll be a long list.
In the Shadowrun yellow pages. Oh boy. Okay, so you got your explosives and your bullets ordered. Super.
Yay!
So you finish your phone call, and the rest of the team, I believe, are still talking outside of the Shinsaku estate. You guys were kind of deliberating your next plan while Shade made his phone call. It's still raining. It's light rain. And it is 4 p.m. in the afternoon. You guys are about an hour since you did your little run with the Finnegans, yes. The Finnegans out in the Barrens. About an hour. So Shade, do you inform your team that you've got the package ready to go?
Yeah, like so. I got some boom paste. I just gotta go pick it up. You know?
That sounds excellent.
I don't know. I didn't know how much we needed, so I went overboard.
I think we'll have just enough to achieve our aims in this endeavor.
I mean, I got 5 kilos. That's enough to level up a sizable city block.
I don't know if that's necessary.
I'm
I mean,
not saying we're gonna use all of it. It's there if we need it.
That's
Better have it not need it than need it not have it.
You know how you just
What
sometimes
the voice in our head
say
said?
5 kilos of explosives for a
Sorry,
rainy
what?
day. You know
yeah.
how you just sometimes keep some explosives for a rainy day.
Yeah.
But it is a rainy day.
I mean, C4 is great. You can even start fires with this stuff.
A raining day. All right. Well, you know, as long as nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, as long as nothing rains. Fine.
It's gonna be raining cinder and stone. Maybe some dirt. Yeah.
Seen worse.
Okay.
Well, what are we waiting on?
The car,
Yeah, waiting on Shade to drive us.
the drive.
I jump in the car. Everyone's waiting, and I'm like, "What are we waiting? Oh wait, I got the keys. Shit, I'm sorry.
It's your car, man.
Let's go to the Shade Mobile."
Wait, we need to get Story Cop.
Goddamn slow caps.
So calf.
I don't think this car would fit through the Starbucks drive-through.
It's unlikely.
Well, I mean, you might have to chop your troll in half, but you'll fit.
Warning! 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 Elevated vehicle. Oh, don't care.
Okay. Also, for those of you who don't know about the Anarchy system, this is a queue-based kind of role-playing system where usually it is a turn-based narrative thing. So, like, once I pass the mic off from whatever I'm narrating at first, it goes on to the player to my left. In this case, it'll be Bub. And he would drive the story forward. He'd basically be in the pilot seat of the driver. That's if we do queue-based stuff. And then there's traditional, which is just I'm the GM behind the screen. I'm just sort of pushing the narrative forward. We agreed, I guess, we're going to just play by ear. Unless you guys feel different.
For
Okay.
now.
I have no qualms.
Okay. So, you guys drive. You drive where?
That's how Chord learned to play.
Pick up some explosives.
All right. And basically there's a fancy little drive-through window where Lorenzo's looks like a pharmacy. Like, it actually is sort of a pharmacy that just happens to be running guns. And
Hey, you got a prescription? Yeah, I got a fucking prescription. It's just a post that says 4 blocks of C4.
God damn it.
This will deal with your bad case of explosive congestion, one might say. Somebody else can come up with a clever joke.
Nice.
So, he'll give you a brown paper bag out of the window through this drive-through, and he'll just kind of give you a nice nod, professional nod, and he just sort of carries on with his day.
Cool.
Okay. So if you guys haven't already, you should have replenished your plot points up to 3.
Yep.
And you guys should have completely refreshed your edge to your max.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I need to do that as well.
Cool beans. And I have my 1 plot points because we reset.
Well, sorry. How many plot points?
You all get 3.
Oh, that's correct then. Cool.
I also spent all of my karma, so I'm officially karmaless at this point.
Okay.
Carmeless.
Fun fact, for those of you who play Shadowrun 5th Edition or any other 4th Edition, things are cheaper in Anarchy, like, significantly. So when you're leveling up your skills, it's equal to the rating you're going up to, instead of up to the rating double.
So if I were to go from athletics 4 to athletics 5, it costs 5 karma.
5 karma.
Oh, so
I'm
that's
gonna-
different
I'm
from what
gonna-
you said last week, and in that case, I can level
Absolutely.
things up more.
Attributes cost double.
Yeah, attributes
Oh,
cost double.
okay. Okay, got
Skills are a little different.
it. Cool,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, I was in a similar boat.
And there's no way to directly translate all the karma you've earned, so I kind of had to fudge it, but I think we got an okay amount.
Oh, okay. So attributes. So if I went from 2 to 3 charisma, it would be 6 points.
Yes,
Cool.
it is cool. Cool like a cucumber.
I'm ready.
So,
man.
you get your explosives. You now have a paper bag full of explosives. What do you do, Shade?
It's a paper bag.
It's a cardboard paper bag.
I put it in like a proper otter box or some fucking thing, like something it doesn't matter if it gets bumped. I don't want to go, oh no, where it's a heavy road. Well, we better walk because we can't risk it with this fucking paper bag full of C4.
Well, yeah, you don't want to get pulled over with that. It just looks like putty in there. And the nice thing is, plastic explosives don't go off until you put a detonator cap in.
I know, that's why I said you can start fires with them. You can
Wonderful.
literally use them as a twig in a fire. They're also edible, but apparently it gives you rumbly tummy.
Well, we can't have that, can we?
Yeah, but I still don't want to drive around with C4 in a fucking paper bag.
Yeah, you get pulled over by that. Bad things happen to you.
If only you still had a lockbox.
Yeah, if only I had a lockbox.
I wonder where that went. That one.
Were we able to pick it back up out of the fucking night errand car that he threw it into?
I don't know. Do you find it?
I mean, we
Will you
did
spend a
stop.
plot point?
Ladies and gentlemen, you have plot points for that.
I'd like to spend a plot point to say that back when it happened, we got the fucking safe box back.
Okay, so you can't retroactively do something, but I will allow you to
Hey,
be clever to get that.
I spent a plot point to install the old save box that I had that was kind of dinged up, and I had just put in the new one. But unfortunately, the new one lasted for like 3 weeks, and then some fucking troll threw it off the goddamn car, and now it's just like, okay, well, I still got the old one, so I'll just put the old one back for now.
I don't know what him being a troll has to do with anything, but okay.
Because no one else could have fucking pulled it off the truck. It was bolted
It was
down.
bolted down, yeah.
What
That's
a
what it's
dick.
got to do
Whoever
with him
that-
being a troll.
Whoever that troll was, what a dick.
Right? Okay, so I've stashed my gear back in the box, and they're double fucking fasteners on this thing now.
Oh, now there's less leg space. Makes me sad.
No, not that one.
I don't care about your fucking leg space.
It's one of the worst feelings when you have to like curl up your legs into like,
To sit somewhere? Yeah.
oh, it's the worst.
All it takes is one person behind this vehicle, and I'm gonna plot point this fucker right out the back as well.
I'm glad we got our priorities straight on how
You
to
know
set
it's
up
full
our
of
points.
C4 now, right?
Ooh, even better.
See?
Big bada
Hey,
boom.
what was that bang? I don't know.
Big bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay,
So where was the host?
so I do have it marked on your map. It is up here. Also, am I on the right? On the right thing, cool. So there's where your host server location is, and it's in the more. So, whatevs. So you guys, you went to a more suburban actually. You went to a more suburban area of Redmond last time, where it was all kind of low key, low height buildings, mostly apartments and houses. This is getting right into the dense heart of the urban part of Redmond, where it's going to be the nice, big, technological city of Seattle. It was going to be the next big part of downtown. Unfortunately, the power just sort of up and died, and then everyone up and left. Except if you were dirt poor. In that case, you stayed and you couldn't leave. So
There's a Z very close to where we're going.
a what?
A Z on the map very close to where we're going.
Z.
Yes, there's a Z. It says rat's nest with a Z above it, right to the east of where we're fucking going.
Mm-hmm. So that could potentially be violent gang territory. Who knows? But you are definitely, if you were to go out that direction, you would be getting into the heart of the Barrens, where lots of gang warfare happens every day. In fact, if you guys listen hard enough right now, you can still hear the odd pop shots of gunfire in the distance.
Here at AK-97.
Like, if you've all seen those old war movies and you hear, like, those gunshots way in the distance, that's kind of what it sounds like, except it's drowned out by all the city noise.
I'd like to turn up the music.
Nice.
If you could
That
read
doesn't
my
cost
mind
a-
by Gordon Lightfoot is playing. It's very sad.
Oh, but of course. Of course. Okay. So do you guys decide to head straight there, or is there something else you wanted?
Well, I mean, it sounds like we're all ready for this run. I mean, I've got all of my equipment, including my stress ball.
Including
guitar.
Yeah, I brought all of my stuff as well.
Okay. So, with no other husses, fusses, or buses, you guys head on over to the location of the server host. That'll take you about... So when you go through Grad at rush hour, it does take you, I want to say, about 45 minutes to get at least out to Redmond, but then the traffic starts dying, and then the debris starts taking over. The debris, the rubble, the bricks in the streets, potholes aplenty that have never been taken care of, and possibly even some burning cars.
Luckily, I have an off-road vehicle, so the potholes aren't a problem.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yay.
you modify your vehicle to make it more on-road?
Yes, but not all the way on road. It's more of in between of what it used to be.
Okay.
I decreased my off-road capability, increased the handling, but it was like 3 points away, and now it's like 2 points difference.
What are you talking about? We don't care about that stuff in Anarchy.
Oh, right, Anarchy. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's good car, yo. Drive all over.
His good car drives everywhere. On-road, off-road, any road. Okay.
No road.
No road.
Exactly.
It's fixed. Perfect.
So, once we get up here, we'll go ahead and switch the tunes and the map here. Have some placeholder images.
Cool.
So this is kind of an idea of what the Barrens sort of looks like in at least the more dense part of the city.
Charming neighborhood.
It is a charming neighborhood. All right, and we'll go ahead and switch it up to queue system for this. So I'll take the point here. You guys drive along this pretty decrepit road that is just full of debris, holes, bombed out cars that may or may not have stopped burning, and all manner of probably toppled over buildings, broken glass everywhere, some broken bridges that made you have to redirect to places, but eventually you slowly come up upon a little hideout where there's a small gang. They seem to be scavenging from bodies, possibly from a car that traveled through here recently. But they seem to be scavenging some sort of stuff off of here. You can't get a good look at it just yet as you make your approach. But what you can tell is that the colors of the gang are a red and a white, almost like a buzzard's colors. And you can tell right away that these guys are orcs, mostly. And you do notice there's at least one troll in the mix. And I will leave off there. And Bub, you get the first go. First narration is in your court.
Let me check my skills real quick. You got the appropriate tunes for this?
I shall turn on tunes.
Thank you.
The other thing is I don't know what tone you guys are going to hit once you get in here. We'll go this one.
I don't really have any information on a group or squad like this.
So if you guys have knowledge skills, you don't roll them in Anarchy, you just know them. So if you guys have gang knowledge, let me know and I can just tell you.
I take the moment to immediately point that out. I'm gonna put emphasis on the troll in the back. And I ask, do we know who they are?
No.
You could always do a quick little matrix search, which I will allow off of your narration. For those of you who don't know, when it's your turn in Anarchy, you are literally the GM in that narration. You tell the story, you drive it forward, you put the details in there, and anybody can spend plot points to change those details.
Okay.
When appropriate and how appropriate.
So I call out asking Chord or Smiley if we know who they are. Not messing with Shade too much. Since he's driving, he's got to focus on this bit.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a plot point to say that these guys are in fact maybe they're like a rival gang to my I'm kind of doing this too. I forget her name. To Nancy.
Nancy the Nanny.
Yeah, I think they're probably like some enemies of the Architects gang.
The Ancients.
Yeah, the Ancients. And maybe if I can give her a call, she can come down here and just run these guys out of town if they're too big of a problem.
Okay. Just before you do that, did anybody have gang knowledge they wanted to check, or Chord, did you want to do a quick search?
I can do a quick search.
I have in skills, it says gangs, but there's no number, so I don't have the thing, right?
Like I said, you don't roll them, you just know them. So in that case, LZT, you guys, or you know, that this gang is called the Bluskali. It's Orzet for buzzard, or scavengers. Pretty confident go-ganger. They like to take some organs, some guns, breadsticks, augmentations off of dead corpses. They're not entirely uncivilized, but they do have an eroded moral compass by, scavenging from the dead and occasionally killing people who take their claims.
I'd like to spend a plot point.
Before you do, I hold up a finger and I say, "Hold on, I think my social network has a lead somewhere." And I Facebook time Nancy the Nanny, and I take a plot point because of my queue.
So you ring up Nancy the Nanny, and
You what?
You what?
Hello, it's me.
What? Smiley, what are you doing? What the heck are you calling me?
I'm hanging out, and I'm trying to blow up a host.
You're trying to blow up a what now?
A big server. There are some guys.
Why are you doing all
here.
those tech things again? You know,
It's not that technical. It's just some plasty.
Plastic.
I think that's what they call it.
Are you talking about explosives? You can't just say explosives and we can get on with it.
Okay. Well, listen.
I don't know that much about the shooting of things and the killing of things, but that's generally an overall useful term.
Well, I've been doing some posturing lately, and we've got these orcs here in front of the building where we need to do this thing.
Orcs, you said.
Yeah. Now, usually I'm okay with, using my wits and my wiles and my smiles.
What colors they fly in?
What colors are they flying?
Red and white.
Red, white.
Red and
the buzzards.
white, yo. They're buzzards.
Wait a minute. You're talking about those orcs up in the north side of the Barrens, aren't you?
Yeah, we're a little far off.
Okay, what is their rivalry? What is the nature of their rivalry?
Stim packs, like really like boosters. Like I don't know what the drug is. Like there's the drug that makes you feel all tingly and dreamy, and then there should be like that drug
That's
that like gives you like extra agility.
I think that's Bliss and Jazz, respectively.
Yeah, I think it's Jazz.
Yeah, those guys have actually been taking a lot of our Jazz shipments. You know, when some of our guys get killed on a bit of a drug run, they keep taking our stuff, and we have to keep getting it back from them.
That's so rude.
Well, I'll say, so I gotta ask, what's your score you're settling with them?
I'm pretty certain that the individual that we're hunting down, Mr. Jameson, they're probably here protecting the host server that we're trying to destroy so that we can break into a big, nice house.
I don't care about logistics. Just tell me what you need blown up.
Oh, I need them to just, like, come to a drive-by, please, and make them run and scatter.
You want us to do a drive-by?
Yeah.
Do a negotiate roll.
Okay. I love Nancy. She always has my back.
That was the most casual request for a drive-by ever.
Hey, could you please come by and just, like, drive-by shoot a bunch of gangers? I'd really appreciate it.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. Holy God almighty, I don't think I'm going to beat that. I think we're going to roll that now with D6. And the winner is... Clearly it's Smiley. Continue.
I just really appreciate it.
Well, they did steal a batch of shipment from us, so I suppose we could pay him a little visit. Do you need this done now, or do you need a little later?
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Well, let me go ahead and get a couple bikes together and come head that way. Just make sure you make yourself scarce. We don't want to shoot you.
Oh, absolutely. We only have one big troll guy, and he has big metal arms, so don't shoot him if you see him. There is a troll here, though, and he does not have metal arms, and he's in the way.
Actually, probably should have mentioned this in the description, but yes, I do believe I gave him one middle arm.
Shit.
But we can plot point that.
Yes, we can. And I say, thank you, Nancy. Tell the kids I love them.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. There's going to be a drive-by in probably like 2 or 3 minutes. They ride fast bikes. So whatever we're going to do, we're going to do it fast and quick. And everybody take cover. Especially you, Haas.
Okay, so now
I'd like to spend a plot point, please.
Yeah.
LZT, yeah.
I'd like to spend a plot point to say that these orcs are absolutely terrified of magic. They're really big, like, cool guys, but as soon as someone starts slinging spells, they head for the fucking hills.
They don't mess around with that magic shit.
Yeah, no, if it's a gunfight, they're no problem DTF, but if it's magic based, like, hey, shoot, I can't see. Oh no, man, I ain't sticking around for this, and then they book it.
Oh man, that's
Okay.
so cool.
Okay, so you guys did jump in front of Bub's narration, so go ahead and continue, Bob.
So as we come to a halt nearest these gangers, the I believe you call them the Bubbernaut gang, also known as the Buzzards. Yeah, that one.
Yep. Isn't tight.
I hear full well that I must take cover after hearing Smiley's request. So we prepare ourselves the best we can. We take a defensible position, and knowing full well that most of my body is probably sticking out the rear side of Shade's all-terrain vehicle, I do the best that I possibly can, and I pop my umbrella and lean it to the side.
You pop your big table umbrella.
I imagine you pop the umbrella and we cover the rest of you in the tarp.
Well, I mean, they're supposed to be shooting gangers, and this is a vehicle that has an umbrella coming out of the top of it. I just don't see. I don't see them. I don't see us getting fired upon. That being said, you said that they're on bikes. Okay. And Nanny had this. Is she doing this herself, or
Is she?
Roll up on
I
a
say
trike.
yes.
Okay.
Hmm. Oh, I wish I had my bike with me. It's yearsed out, so they automatically have to respect me more for having a cool bike.
You're fucking awesome. Hey, check out the rims. All rims. I know, man.
But Speedy, we're playing Anarchy. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Check out the rims on the bike. What rims? Exactly, man. That's cool.
Look at those rims. Whoa, those rims are cool.
at first we hear a single bike roll around to scope the situation. It's sort of like a scout. And as we watch them roll by, Smiley immediately nods to identify that that's one of the nannies that they'll
That's
be coming
3
around.
putt-putts.
And I'm gonna go.
The whole game's work.
I want to pass this. I want to hear more of the story from the others at this point.
Okay, so you're gonna pass the buck to Smiley.
Yeah.
To me? Oh, boy.
All right, so now you have narration.
Yep. So, around the bend come one rude bike, and then several others. Leading the charge is Nancy. She is a what did you say that? I want the pink mohawk, to the fullest extent of this of her gang. And they come whooping and hollering, this band of rowdy elves, and she has this chain that she is swinging as she drives. Yeah, exactly. So it's making this and she just lets it whip out as she passes by. She doesn't even have to draw a gun and shoot. She just lets the chain whip around, and it just lashes around the troll. And then the rest of her gang comes out, guns blazing. They all do this awesome power Akira skid and whip out pistols, SMGs, and they just unload on these guys. Yeah, and it's intense. There's this small firefight that sends everybody scattering, and the orcs I don't think they can get into the building because there's no way to get in without getting shot down, and now they're just sort of scrattering and trying to find a better position. And in the meantime, these bikes are circling the area until eventually these orcs have to retreat to a better vantage point in their territory. Go get there. Leaving us, and Nancy is go. Yeah, she does a wheelie.
The only thing I can imagine with the chain is someone behind her with 3 bottles going, "Buzzards, come after me!"
Perfect.
All right, so just this rowdy amount of gunfire is just going off as shots are being traded. You guys are just watching this from behind, some form of cover.
Definitely just hiding behind my umbrella. I can't see anything.
And of course, nice sword slash goes through one of the orc guys. So they do take cover, and do you guys proceed to do anything else, or do you just continue watching the carnage?
I mean,
I watch.
yeah. Well, I'll hack. I'll start hacking. I'll do the hacking and try to discern what things there are to hack here.
So before we get to you, Mr. Chord, and any of your narration, technically you're also in control of the NPCs, so you can roll as the NPCs against me as NPCs.
Oh my god. What, can I roll guns?
NPception?
Inception.
NPception.
This is playing with himself.
Because the idea is you challenge me in whatever role is going on, and I just roll against whatever that situation is.
Yes, I think I want Nancy and her gang to really bring the hammer down on these orcs
Okay.
and this troll.
So I'd say, based on that estimate, I'd say your crew has about 10 dice, and I got 10 dice. So we'll have a 10 dice roll-off. 10d6 greater than 5.
Oh no.
Okay, so you edge.
Okay. Yeah.
So edge still works the same like 5th edition with post edge, where you reroll all of your non-hits.
Okay. So that's 66, I think.
Oh, if you guys ever decide to pre-edge, it does work differently in.
Shit.
Okay, so finish your iteration with that in mind.
There is a moment where Nancy's lead bike gets the tires just popped with several bullet holes, and like the automatic sealant isn't working properly, so the bike goes spinning, and she struggles to get control of it and has to like leap off and do this this tight roll as it like sort of like crashes in a violent flip. And she does not do a Spider-Man pose. She instead just gets up and immediately starts bolting to cover.
Oh, jeez.
And
right.
I'm gonna take this point to cast Thunderbolt because I want to take. Actually, I think what Smiley does is he tries to he gets this look on his face like, ooh, that's not going the way I want it to, and
so,
I'm gonna follow LZT's idea that they're scared of magic, and I'm just gonna start casting lightning bolts.
So Smiley, as you're getting ready to prepare a lightning bolt, technically you did your one roll. Usually there's one roll in narration, but you get your lightning bolt ready. And meanwhile, Chord does what? It is now Chord's turn.
Oh, that's right. That is how this works.
You're muted, Chord. Can't hear anything.
You're right. I unmuted myself in Zoom for some reason instead of.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Wrong way. Yeah. Smiley can start shooting lightning bolts, and these guys begin to scatter even further than they were. They're not as concerned about ducking from cover from all of the bullets, and are just starting to run. At least most of them. A few try and duck out of the way, just getting behind the building and kind of poking their heads out just to see if anything's still going on, but they're kind of out of the way now. Meanwhile, Chord is doing some hacking. You guys see him just passed out. Although it's really hard to tell because he always has sunglasses on and headphones in, so his head is just kind of slightly more cocked than usual as he's passed out and gone into the Matrix. He's trying to identify what kind of security measures are around this building. And first off, he can immediately tell the server that we're looking for is inside, but it's definitely way too powerful for him to just straight up hack into.
I think one establishment we did make is that there was a trapdoor that it's under. But you recognize the trapdoor from your own recon you did before. So you see the trapdoor where the host is likely inside of.
Yeah. So wait, when you say under a trapdoor, do you mean in a basement or just false floor?
Like a basement or false floor, but you can fill in that detail.
Okay. Yeah, so underneath this really dilapidated building is an actual pretty high-tech computer center that was somehow not destroyed when everything else was, and someone rebuilt it or upgraded all of the computers and stuff in there so that it would still be functional. And there's actually way more tech than just this server in there. It seems like maybe someone was working on trying to make their own Izanagi virus in here, but it didn't really pan out for them because they just did not have the same level of resources. but regardless, the server is there, and I'm trying to think how much of a threat I want to give us.
So you can hack a thing. Of the many things you can hack, you can obviously hack the gangers' guns because they might have smart links in them that make them like work off the matrix. There is matrix out here, like the wireless matrix is out here.
Yeah.
And of course, I guess some of them want to salvage trip projectors to do stuff and maybe siphon off some of the power from the host. So do you want to hack a thing? Do you want to hack multiple things?
I'll hack a few things.
What things do you hack?
So first off, the remaining orcs have like gone and like hidden behind the building, and they're like poking their heads out. I hack into one of their guns, and I'm going to try and make him point it at his friend, who is also behind the house.
You're gonna try and make it point at his own friend?
Yeah. I'm gonna hack him to friendly fire.
Okay, so do your hacking roll, but with an exploit dice.
I mean, I always add an exploit dice when I'm hacking.
Well, on this occasion, you're doing something pretty bizarre, but cool at the same time. So what am I going to roll against you for this? This will be... that nice. Roll me!
So how does adding exploit dice work?
Just do your normal roll, and then just roll the glitch die.
Okay.
So click your hacking skill, and it'll do the hacking roll. And then roll the glitch die.
That's an exploit, and that's a glitch. Was I supposed to roll twice? Or
No, you
once?
only roll once.
All right, well, that's an exploit.
Okay, so not only did you beat my roll, but you got the exploit. So if you want to bounce off the idea, imagine you take the smart link and you just make it like guide his gun following the matrix trajectory. Like it thinks it's following a target, but then it overcorrects and probably shoots at the guy.
Right. Yeah. Basically, like the targeting, I've like set it to target something else, like just like an invisible point. Basically, in the Matrix, I have started playing my guitar, and I just shot out a few music notes, and it's following that, and the music note just kind of goes right behind that guy's head, and he fires at it as you do, and shoots straight through.
So you did manage to get that gun to like completely overcorrect in the aiming, and then it just fires off anyway, even though he wasn't trying to shoot him. Sneaky duckling. And you successfully kill a mook.
We're still up, like taking cover, right?
Oh yeah, you're still by your van, probably somewhere else.
I imagine that I'm like taking cover and there are bullets whizzing by everywhere. I'm just going, hey, this isn't actually that bad. I'm operating in a lot worse conditions than this. And I'll take a plot point for that.
Okay, I'll let that slide. So, Chord, that good narration. I'll go ahead and give. By the way, Bub, 4, and Chord, go ahead and get yourself a plot point for your good narration.
Oh, thanks.
LZT, you now have the turn. So that's where I will let you have your plot point.
Cool.
Narrate away. By the way, if you guys want to know like roughly how many there are left, and you just want an opinion from the GM, you can do a perception.
I'd like to do that.
Okay, just do a perception roll for free. Okay, good roll. I'm going to go ahead and unfog this part. Boom, boom, boom.
Are we supposed to be on a map? Because all I see is the inspirational view of all the pictures.
Well, I do have placeholder tokens out this way.
I see.
So those are your gangers you got left, and I'm gonna go.
I was like, I'm missing some details.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a d6 and see who died. Ganger 1 died. No. That ganger number 1 badge.
What?
It's my favorite.
All right, so let's put a. Can I get a skull and crossbones icon now, please? All right, he's dead.
There we go.
He's dead. He's deader than a doornail. You got shot by his own buddy.
Yeah.
All right. And
So-
since you rolled such a good perception, you hear some bikes in the distance, so it could be more backup. Maybe.
Could be.
Could be.
I don't want it to be.
No, it could be our backup. More from your friend.
It could be.
Could be.
Could be.
It
It's your
was
narration.
Plot point to say that it is.
Oh, I haven't DM'd in so long. Hi.
Let's go ahead and see
yes.
let's go ahead and see what LZT does for his narration.
Yeah, do your thing.
Shh. Don't hype this up. I'll disappoint you on purpose.
Hype.
I'll disappoint you on purpose. Yes. So while Chord is hacking away on his deck and everyone else is taking cover, you see people all around, like regular pedestrian people who are just poor and been forced to live in this neighborhood or couldn't move out. Everyone's like, no one's panicking really because this is not uncommon, but they're like, okay, we're going to take the long way around. And so this street is devoid of everyone else except for the people involved in the gunfight and the 4 of us. And the guys on the other side, the buzzard guys, have taken cover behind some like concrete blocks and old cars and all kinds of stuff. And you see one of them shoot his friend. We have no idea why, but apparently they had some qualms. And the troll guy reaches over and punches that guy in the face as a result of, hey, you just shot both of our friend. That's not cool. I'm gonna fucking knock you out because something's clearly wrong with you.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and find my.
He's a liability. Smash. Okay, he's a passed out liability.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you roll my troll's stats. Roll 11 dice for my troll, and I'll just roll generic dodge. Who's he punching?
The guy who shot.
Which guy is that?
That's the guy on the other side. So this guy over here.
Ganger 2.
Yeah,
Ganger 2. Okay.
that's
He's
3 hits.
So in this he does agility plus logic. That sounds about right. So D6. So you roll 11, I roll 8. Go.
So equal.
Hi.
Okay, would you like to post edge?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So that's 8. Is it 8 d6s now?
I think he had 8 left. Yes, that sounds about
Yes.
right.
3 more, so that's 6.
Okay, so you did a super thing.
It's just
And-
I think he actually, I know because he notices that like bullets are flying past him and is like, what the frack? And it just reaches over and punches the other guy square in the top of the head into the pavement and knocks him the fuck out.
Okay, so he's knocked the fuck out. That was Ganger 2 who did that. He's a
Yeah, the troll reaches over his friend who is now dead and goes, what the frack?
So he just came
Smushes
down
the
with a
other guy
bad
into
case
the
of the unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, not Speedy, Smiley, did you want to spend the plot point?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna shoot a lightning bolt.
Mute the zoom. Mute the zoom.
Mute the zoom.
That's right. I'm sorry. I'm used to the zoom.
Go ahead.
I'm going to shoot a lightning bolt to scatter them, basically.
So you're going to use your plot point to interrupt it, or jump in his narration and do the lightning bolt?
I am.
Okay.
So I want to send all these remaining guys scattering, if I can.
Okay, so you don't choose a force in this, you just cast that spell, and any net hits you get... basically, if you beat me, you do a flat 6 damage if you beat my roll, but any net hits pierce my armor.
I'm not scared.
Alright, and you whirl your lightning ball together.
One fear.
Please tell me I have a...
I have one fear.
Okay, so they're all going to do a
Zap.
generic dodge. Here comes a generic dodge.
Don't do it!
Generic
Damn
dodge
it.
succeeds. Do you edge?
Yes, I edge.
You edge.
Okay. Let's see, that was, oh man, I rolled 8 dice there, okay.
Ain't that cool?
66, 5. Yes! 5.
Okay, so... That one.
I'm also concerned about, Nancy.
Okay. So you cast a nice fancy lightning bolt, you get 1 net hit, and that just goes right through armor.
That's so cool!
Who are you casting it on?
It's an area explosion, so it hits all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine the troll is still bent over, smashing this guy's head in, and looks up and a lightning bolt is heading his way.
Okay, so what happens is your lightning bolt does a flat 6 damage. 1 automatically goes through them and hits them physically, like one of those net damages, and the rest of it soaks their armor. Hurts them real good. Okay, go ahead and finish your narration while I do logistics. Smiley.
I kind of yell out to Nancy to get into cover, or like, you know, get out of there. And, but she does so.
I did not imagine Smiley's voice like that.
That's what happens when you cast the magic.
Oh, okay.
It warbles your voice and it changes the way sound works.
I see.
And yeah, he just sort of like takes a little bit of time to revel in this like zappy moment. And as far as I know, this was just an interrupt, right?
It's basically it was an interrupt narration you just did. So after that, it goes to Bub.
Okay.
Haas.
All right. So this is how the narrative's going to take. So they're still guarding the building that we're in, right? Or are they just kind of in the way of our town?
They took cover inside the building and they're trying to shoot the gangs while they're getting hit by drive-bys.
They took cover.
They took cover. Gunshots are still flying.
But this is the building that we're supposed to go into, correct?
Yes.
All right. And to my understanding, there are 3 orcs and 1 troll left.
And some bikes somewhere in the distance. You don't know who they belong to.
And some bikes somewhere in the distance. You don't know who yet, though. All right, so this is what my narrative looks like. On my end, the hail of gunfire... Okay, how do I want to say this?
Gunfire continues while you think.
The hail of gunfire, the slings of slugs and metal whip around wildly about the building. The pedestrians, the regulars, the civilians of this area, they've had enough of these men as well, these gang members. They join in from their own location, from their own homes or buildings, wherever they're stocked up at. You hear pop shots from a few of the homes, maybe dipped around corners, and it is enough to drive the gangers back. They realize that their cover will only last so long before the walls will quite literally be Swiss cheese.
I shall spend a plot point. They haven't been able to acquire any great weapons, unlike the gangers. They kind of took them all, so they're kind of having to use some improvised things like mostly throwing rocks and probably some makeshift spears and like pipe guns or something. Really cheap stuff.
In fear in the moment, the men that have reduced themselves to cover inside realize that there is no winning its sheer numbers in this situation. They begin to find a way out. They're struggling, panic and fear. They find themselves looking for anything they possibly can. Any means of fleeing this area. While they've been defending the front, nobody's really watched much of the back.
Uh-oh.
This is their opportunity to do that. They can flee. You hear no return fire coming from the building anymore. This building, in the backside, there is a garage. Their bikes have been destroyed or rot from all the bullet fire, and they find themselves exiting the back of this establishment. Not the way that they'd come in, though. They reined in style on these motorcycles, but now they simply have razor scooters.
They simply have razor scooters.
But it still is better than beating
Like
their feet.
scooters with real razors.
Yes.
Why you do this?
That's right.
Is that really faster than running?
I mean,
Probably not, especially in the Barrens where there's
In the
one.
rough
probably
terrain.
not for a troll, to be totally honest. Well, maybe for a
Okay.
troll, actually. I mean, if I'm honest, trolls aren't super fast. So, no, realistically, they would probably find some other means of fleeing. Maybe
Does he
they
have wheelies in his shoes?
Oh, they all have Heelys. No.
Heelys, yes.
What a
The
wimpy
most
bunch
efficient
of,
mode of transport.
What a wimpy bunch of scavengers.
Hey, I got wheelies and I got one wheel in each shoe. Does that make me a biker?
Oh, they have there's a landfill of just wheelies that were abandoned after the Dragonfall.
So Bob.
Yes.
The ancients are still shooting at the building, are they not? Or did they stop shooting?
They have no reason to stop at this point. I'm going to go ahead and pass this forward. I just
So
said
they
the
keep
next...
peppering the building.
Yeah, the next arc in the story, so...
So
our,
Bob, I'm gonna make you roll.
go for it.
So, tell you what. So the funny thing is, when you do these narrations, usually you challenge the GM for what they roll, like you say what it is. But in this case, just doing my coaching thing. Let's say they're doing escape artist, and they have 10 die,
Okay.
A lot of dice.
and I just roll something to try and beat that. Looks like you lost, sir, or at least the gangers do.
That sucks.
Good.
Does it mean they just get shot, or...
It's your call. They lost. So what happens to them?
I'll say that it's... There is still, like, they may have lost this in sheer numbers, but in their attempt to get out, a few of them have taken some stray shots. They didn't go completely unscathed. So, their lives for today, but maybe they've decided to straighten up and pursue an academic life after this. The buzzards no more.
Okay.
Now the wise owl.
So by the sound of that, they tried to get to their scoots, but their scoots don't scoot.
That's right.
And so they scoot along the bloody floor. Okay.
That's so tragic.
So Smiley, it is your narrative now.
So I love this. This is going great.
I just realized I skipped my own narrative because I have those, but that's okay.
Do you want to go?
Go.
Tell you what. So
'Cause I'm a social butterfly.
we saw an advantage, a sbuskali. We saw that the ganger leader got flipped over the bike, and we're like, Tiny, go get him! And the orc leader yells at the troll, and the troll proceeds to start thumping his way with his big SMG that he's got in one hand, and he's going after Nancy the nanny.
No. And after seeing her
he's going to attempt to riddle her with bullets to try and see if it'll stop this whole confusion. So, Smiley, I challenge you to roll as Nancy the Nanny. There she is. So Nancy the Nanny, I don't have her statted out. So have her roll 10 dice.
Please.
And meanwhile, my troll shoots.
No.
Troll shoots.
Nancy, you're better than this.
Would you like to edge?
I don't have any more.
Oh snap! Okay.
I've gone as edged as I can.
Oh snap! Okay. So Nancy the Nanny, as she's trying to get up and try to recover from her big tumble off the bike, kind of holding her chest as she got knocked off of it. She sees this troll bearing down on her, and he cocks the gun and fires off a quick round of fire at her, just getting her square in the chest and knocking her flat on her back. She kind of groans and rolls in pain. She holds her hand up and she notices there's a little blood there, but mostly it's armor that hasn't been pierced, so she's pretty wounded right now. Now it's on to Smiley.
I stand up to my elfy height, and instead of calling my sorcery to utterly decimate this individual, I'm going to give healing to Nancy, because I need her to get her head in the game, and I want her to be sort of like, she rolls over, like clutching, and there's like a blood streak. She's trying to crawl away from this troll, and I'm going to heal. Oh wait. It's sorcery plus willpower. So it's this.
Question.
Yes.
What is the troll doing in this situation?
He's advancing. He's gonna do an execution.
All right, so he's gonna come over.
He
he's
wants
gonna
to like stand over her and like get the gun ready to just unload into her pink mohawk. And as these healing energies sort of begin to swell into her bosom, where she has been riddled with bullets, she rolls over, pulling out a concealed derringer that is like hooked underneath one of her like punk sleeves, and just like goes pow 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 right into the troll's skull before he can execute her.
So I imagine you would have had to like slide right into the line of fire and just start touching to heal her.
Yes.
Okay. So troll shall dodge, and Nancy shall shoot.
Okay, 10 dice again.
Go ahead. And I dodge with 9 dice. Yep. That was 8 dice. Troll dodges. Troll kind of dodges.
Okay.
What happens?
But we both of us, like the troll and Nancy, are just sort of like, bang, 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 do, 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 do. And Smiley starts screaming like, and he starts like doing this really frantic run to cover as Nancy is sort of like rolling back onto her feet, just sort of like dropping the derringer and sort of taking cover. Her mohawk is smoking. There are several bullet holes through it, and she retreats. And I motion to Shade, just run him over with the truck. He's too big.
Okay, Bub and Smiley.
We have a big troll too.
Bub and Smiley, go ahead and take a plot point each of you. Huss and Smiley.
Or I just say, or arm wrestle him or something, Huss. And I then do control thoughts.
So hold up, the turn then goes to Chord. You did 2 things.
Damn it.
All right, Chord. While this is going on, what happens in your scene?
Can I pass mine for the moment to LZT so he can run these people over with the car?
You don't want to hack any cars. You don't want to do any sorts of other things. You can
not
explode a
no.
bike, maybe.
That's actually real tempting. Can I explode a Razor scooter?
You can attempt to explode a Razor scooter.
Don't do this to my babies. Don't.
All right, so you got some gangers trying to get on their little scoots, and they're trying to get away, and you're gonna try and blow them up.
Yeah, I'm gonna hack into one of these scooters, and I'm gonna try and make it just. I'm just gonna take over the steering for the scooter because it's obviously something I can do, and I'm gonna try and make it swerve into the other one so that the Razor that is at the front of this Razor scooter cuts into the fuel tank of the other Razor scooter to make them both explode.
Okay, so I will spend a plot point for you to say that essentially the little electronic part of this scooter that sort of powers the bike, it got clipped by a bullet earlier, so it's actually sparking now.
Oh, perfect.
So as you drive it into a barrel of gasoline that happens to be in the same garage.
Right. It's a red barrel, so we know.
It is a nice red barrel. It is flaming. You drive it right into that, and then what happens? Actually, go ahead and make
Then
your
it
hacking roll.
explodes.
Make your hacking roll.
Okay. Actually realized I have abilities that
Bam!
improve my hacking rolls too. I can add dice and stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna need to.
You already beat the crap out of my roll. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so hack into this scooter and it just veers off into this red gasoline barrel, and a giant explosion goes off, making a sizable dent in the side of this building, as
Wait, I have this.
Oh, I had that muted. I got all the sound effects muted so I can listen to my own music.
Damn it, Chord.
I had a nice explosion for you too.
That's method right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's method.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't listening. I got cherry bombed by the Runaways going in my head right now. So
Chord does not hear any explosions. It might as well be part of the beat. Might as well be.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I want to see what happens to this building. So roll a glitch die for the building.
Great. No consequence.
Okay.
And this explosion goes off, and like another person who's on a scooter, I imagine one of the gangsters who's probably not very well balanced, maybe a little bit, got a higher center of gravity, something like that. They got a big head, wide shoulders, they skip leg day, that kind of thing. They're having a hard time balancing because this giant shockwave just came over and they fell off their scooter.
Of course.
They didn't really get hurt. They just fell off, and now their scooters having a hard time operating.
Okay, so you made a nice big hole, and all the vehicles are down. They just blew up. They're on fire.
Sweet.
LCT, it's your narration.
Everything's on fire.
Yes. LZT, rephrase, Shade jumps in the car and starts it up and looks for someone to run over.
I'm sure you could find plenty of people to run over.
Yes. Are any of them bad people?
They're all bad people. You're all bad people. Let's be honest.
I'm a bad. No, Haas is a good boy. Okay.
Okay, so you rev that car up, and
while I am begrudgingly getting into my car because I know it's gonna fuck up something on it. It's gonna fuck up the paint. Someone's gonna shoot at it. Something's gonna go wrong, and I just grumble to myself. Just once, I'd like things to go fucking smoothly. Just once, just to see what it looks like. Crawls into the car
Just to see what it looks like, not even to have it.
what a crusty Irish sounding guy. Also, there you go with your cue. Have a plot point.
Doesn't matter. The point is, he's not happy with the situation because now he has to fuck up his baby, which is his car, and he starts it up, and then he just swings it around and guns it towards the biggest enemy he can find.
All right. So, which enemy do you try and drive into?
The troll is still up, right?
The troll is still up and trying to shoot at Smiley.
Where's he at?
And Manny.
What's near the troll?
What is near the troll?
I mean, he's still behind the like concrete barricade thing,
So
or
he's,
standing next to it rather. But he's still sticking up over, trying to shoot things.
so he's just kind of like shooting over this concrete barricade.
Oh no, he's standing full up. It's just that you can only see like 2/3 of him because of the concrete thing.
Okay.
And I think Shade just guns it and whips the car and tries to hit him with the back of it.
So you try to do a
Make him
little
go.
swerve bump into him.
Swing!
Okay,
Team
make,
Rocket!
in that case, I think that would call for a driving test. Pilot ground craft.
Can I plot point?
You can do that.
As he's barreling forward with the vehicle, I just tap on the back window and I say, "Put me in, coach." And I start climbing out of the top of it, using the momentum of the vehicle to glide myself forward.
Nice. So you got a troll hanging along.
Oh, yes, I want this to happen. I want me to fucking hit that troll and make him like fall over, and at the same time, Haas just goes whoop and jumps off and lands pretty close to the troll.
So is it like he's hanging on the back, and as soon as you do your swerve, he's
Imagine, if you will, like a Newton's cradle, which just goes and the other ball is Haas going hee.
All right, so we'll let Bub narrate that part since his turn is next. So,
Pilot ground, right?
do a pilot ground craft, and 7 rolls dodge dice. 86.
It's a big 4. That's less.
Okay, so you drive toward him, car barreling down on him, and you do your nice big swerve. Let's get my skid sound effect. Let's get that nice skid through the debris and partial road. There we go, that's what I was looking for. And you send a Bub, possibly go flying. So Bub, scene transitions to you. What happens?
I think the inertia just stops.
Oh yeah.
But,
The,
or the car stops and the inertia says, no, you keep going.
An object stays in motion. You know the rest. So, on my path, Haas pulls his body upward to feel the wind beneath his wings, and as Shade whips the vehicle around to sling him from that, the troll, unsuspecting, tries to get behind, maximum behind the concrete barrier. Not sure exactly what the Native American man is doing, but as he whips the back end around, it sends Haas end over, basically ass over kettle. He leaps over the top of him using his momentum with his acrobatics, and as he's going over the top of the concrete barrier, Haas grabs the shoulders of the opposing troll and tries to whip him, basically over end, into the wall of the building.
All right, so just to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. So after the car basically slid into motion, you flew off it. You kind of grab him in the shoulders midair, and you like throw him.
He's trying to like send him with his momentum into the wall. It's troll on troll crimes, man.
I almost imagine this is a body slam, but Haas in his athletics, he's just gonna make it a flippy throw.
Yeah.
Haas with his athletic score can make it into a fucking dance move. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so I think an appropriate challenge for this would be your athletics versus. This will be tough to make this kind of cool maneuvers. So let's make it 12.
Okay. I had to put in my athletics last time, so I'm going to roll it, but I'm not sure if it's right. But here we go.
That looks like an appropriate amount of dice.
Tell you what, you did beat me, but go ahead and roll a glitch die, and I want to see if you get an exploit.
If I get an exploit, I think that's... Is it just...
This is quite a cool maneuver you're doing, but quite a danger. Let's see what happens. Okay, nothing spectacular, but nothing bad. Alright, finish your narration with that in mind.
So, it succeeds then.
Yes.
Okay, so the troll, unsuspecting of Haas coming over the top end, he basically is grabbed by the shoulders And before he can react, he is whipped end over end into the wall of the building, going through the building itself. Haas follows through. It doesn't stop his momentum. He charges inward to try to remove the weapon from the troll. Hopefully, the unsuspecting troll.
I was hoping you were going to say head.
Go ahead.
No, I was hoping you were going to say remove the head.
No,
But...
no. As Haas charges
in, more conversion.
Yeah, as Haas charges in, he sees some of the loose wall that still remains where, or excuse me, some of the floor where the floor itself has kind of buckled under the duress of the troll's head capping the side of the wall. And Haas is just going to try to bring the floor down on top of him.
Okay, so I'd say that does some damage to him, but that'll pretty much just ruin some of his armor. About it.
You drop a whole floor on a man? I hope it might.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just knock off the rest of his armor.
Let the floor hit the button.
And he got hit so hard. He got hit so hard by that crazy attack. He's going to take 2 physical damage on top of losing all his armor. Ouch.
So yeah, as I'm running up, you see Haas charge to see the floor from the copes of the ceiling buckle, and he reaches up using his momentum and weight to just pull it down on top of him.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and spend a plot point. I missed my turn, but I'm just going to plot point it. So the troll, feeling pretty angry that you just dropped a part of a building on him, so he punches through with his cyber arm to smash the debris out of the way, pulls himself up. Oh, you're going to pay for that. He winds up his arm, and he throws a big punch at the bub.
I dodge.
All right. For your dodge, it's
I've got a sidearm, and Haas is like, I got 2.
Yeah.
You roll agility plus logic for the dodge. I think you also have a dice dodge button, like a
I
dedicated button to dodge.
don't know where that's at.
It'll say defense roll. It looks like a hollow shield. Should be by your perception icon. And I do a close combat. Dang. So getting ready for his attack, you're ready for him to do something, and plus he telegraphed his attack like an idiot. Angry, he just like swings his arm and he flies right past you, like smashing his robo arm right into another wall right past you. And he pulls it out with dust popping, like falling off of it, and you just hear the whir and gears of like the arm just getting ready to rev up for another punch.
As he revs up for another punch, Haas draws from his waist some baton. You hear Haas say, "That wasn't very nice." And he comes through with a, "Yeah, hold this." And right to the back of the head, stun baton.
Alright, so hold off on that. We're going to come to Smiley's attack next. Keep that in mind, Haas.
I'm going to high-five the shit out of Haas when all of this is done.
But yeah, Haas, go ahead and get yourself a plot point. Unless you're maxed out.
I'm maxed.
Okay. Alright, so now it's on to Smiley. You were doing something.
I'm doing something.
You were going to do a control action, that's right.
That's right. I was gonna do a control thoughts.
But you did see a troll on troll action along with building smashing.
That's right.
That hot troll on troll action.
Sounds like Twitch chat, man. That's all.
Well, now I can't focus.
Hey, guys, welcome to Shadowrun Anarchy.
Literally anarchy. I was just not related, but I was just looking at my cues and I realized that all of them are negative. There's not a positive fucking thought in any of them. Shade is a bit of a pessimist. That's all I'm seeing right here.
Why are you so edgy, bro?
There's like 9 cues and they're all shit's fucked. What do we do now?
Okay.
I missed a prime opportunity. One of my cues is here, hold this for me, and I should have said that when I was pulling the ceiling down on top of him.
Alright, Smiley, what'd you got?
So
You got Nancy the nanny with you. You just saw Haas barrel right into another troll, and now they're bringing part of the building down.
I don't know where it can help. Is it enough? I sort of like Shade, is the building? Is that the goal? Are we gonna bring the building down?
Looks like it.
Okay. Chord, how you doing?
That team.
We're
fine.
fine, thank you. How are you?
What? He said Chord, didn't he?
I did.
You're not me. You don't get to voice me, Misfortune, alright?
Oh, no. I was just quoting
Take
Han.
it too far.
I was quoting Han Solo because that's how the scene is turning out.
Yeah. Okay.
But go ahead.
If there
I'm
was
gonna
ever a
run
more appropriate
over
Han Solo in
to-
our group, it's definitely Chord.
Yeah.
So with these 3 other orcs, me and Nancy are gonna team up. We're gonna do like this like Sirithiel like chant together, and we're going to just go unload on these guys. Like as the bikes are sort of like revolving around the area, the two of us sort of yeah, we do like hand signals and we like speak in like Elvish, and I just sort of like make finger guns, and this like pink lightning comes out. It's amazing. And she just like has SNG in one hand, Derringer in the other, and we just start like advancing and corralling these orcs into like one spot as the two of us like flank from both sides.
So she's bringing the firepower. You're bringing the fireworks.
Cool.
Oh,
I did not need. I
Feel
did not
like a
need. I
plastic
did not
bag.
know. I didn't know that I needed a Spirithiel dance,
I didn't know
lethal
that
dance
either.
solo.
I didn't know that needed it either, but I guess here we are.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's-
like I want it to be like.
So Smiley, how are you rolling against me?
I feel like I'm rolling lightning and she's rolling guns, and they're just rolling dodge.
Yeah, okay. Tell you what, make it a combined 12 dice for you. I'll just
Okay.
roll something.
Let's do it.
Shadowrun Anarchy, when in doubt, roll something.
There's 4 successes.
4 successes!
I got no edge.
You're putting on a great show, though.
Exactly. That's what I want. That's what I want out of this.
Tell you what, some fun. Go ahead and get a glitch die.
Could
Roll
I
a glitch
spend
die.
a plot point to do something? To say there's something around here?
You may.
I want there to be like I want this building to have like a street light that's sort of like precariously positioned, and I want Smiley to sort of zap it and like burn out like a piece of it, so it starts to just slowly tilt down.
Okay,
until it,
we'll
like,
make that the glitch die.
okay. Glitch dice is just 1, right?
Yes, 1 die. And by the way, guys, you can spend a plot point to make yourself or another player roll a glitch die. Fun fact.
Oh my lord. So I got a 4.
There is actually a thing in your cheat. Yeah, the glitch die looks like that little orb-looking thing. Under
Oh,
the
there it
stairs.
is. Wait, there it is.
Alright. So nothing exciting happens, but nothing bad happens.
Well, I tried.
So yeah, if you want to give yourself or somebody else that cool glitch die to possibly get an exploit, or, you know, glitch them because that's fun, you can spend a plot point to do that.
Okay. I'm gonna remember that because I have a lot of plot points.
Alright, so now it's Chord's turn.
Oh god, what's going on?
Apparently Smiley tried to bring
Everything kind
down
of
a
went
white...
I tried to get rid of these extra orcs, but I didn't.
Oh, there's just a couple of orcs left?
Yeah, 3.
Oh, 3?
Yeah, sorry.
Plus whatever
Alright.
those bikes are in the distance.
Okay.
Yeah, those are our friends.
I like the term. I like the term when people say, "Oh, there's a few left." Well, how many are a few? 6. Well, that's technically several.
That's several,
So I
yeah.
want.
Yeah. So I could just decide who's coming right now if I wanted to, but I don't really have a good thing. I don't think I have a good insertion for that right now, but I kind of want to make sure it's done before Misfortune gets the chance,
Yeah.
because then it'll be bad.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be real bad.
Spend a plot point.
You know what it is? It's one of those. It's a guy on a bicycle with the trombone going, "Meow," make it sound like glory. That's what it is.
Oh man, we're gonna start a ska band.
Okay, we are no longer playing Shadowrun anymore. This is apparently Mad Max. You guys came to the wrong show.
This is ska.
It's a ska band, all elves, and it's called Scarethiel.
Shadowrun.
God damn it.
Gotta
Run.
Chord, bring us back to our sanity levels, okay?
Oh. I was not ready for that.
Bring our sanity levels back.
Sure. So, fuck. Are these remaining orcs on vehicles still, or are they on foot?
They're gone. They're blown up. The vehicles are on fire.
All the vehicles are exploded. Okay.
They are exploded.
Okay. So
They are
there's nothing
useless.
else. Okay.
They're trying desperately to survive right now.
I'm going to try a complex maneuver. And if there's 3 guys, I'm going to try and hack all of their guns and have them point at each other.
Can I plot point control thoughts to help him do this?
Yeah, I'll let you do it as an assist. Okay,
Yeah.
here's how we'll do this. So spend your plot point, which means I get a plot point. And then roll your sorcery, and any hits you get, just add into his hacking.
2.
Okay. I'm also going to use an edge here.
Oh, you're gonna pre-edge, okay.
Yeah.
How pre-edging works in Anarchy, by the way, is instead of the exploding 6s, what instead happens is all 4s now count as hits.
Gotcha.
And you do
Cool.
add, you just add 3 edge. If I recall right.
And what? And you add 3 dice?
Yeah, you add 3 dice, yep.
Okay. Well, there's just a thing that says edge toggle, and I'm going to trust that works. So,
Yeah, that'll do it.
alright, so let's roll me some cyber combat.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
Holy snap-a-moly. So I got all against you now. Let's make this a slightly tricky task. Let's do 18. And what happens? Okay. And roll your glitch die to see if an exploit happens.
Sure. No consequence.
Nothing exciting, nothing bad.
I mean, it's still pretty exciting.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's still pretty exciting.
Okay, it's not over the
Because
top
these guys-
exciting, but it's okay, awesome kind of exciting.
Because these guys just enter into a Mexican standoff without even realizing it.
Yeah, it's not that exciting.
Yeah. As they are unable to control their guns, and Chord is just playing his guitar, and he's just rapidly playing Through the Fire and the Flames as all of these music notes are coming out. And their guns start just sort of aiming wildly, and then as it comes to just a power chord, all the notes converge and they all shoot at each other in one instant.
And Smiley is party to this.
Yeah. Smiley's controlling their minds so that basically they can't fight against the guns as much. They're just letting their hands float freely wherever the guns may choose.
Amazing. I'm so
Okay.
And so all 3 of them, all you guys see is just three of them shooting at you and then turning and just shooting each other, and all of them fall to the ground.
And they all fall down.
And the bodies hit the floor.
Alright, so just this nice barrage of just people shooting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Just all that nonsense. And sort of another pistol fire for good measure. So
And you ain't seen nothing yet.
So yeah, Smiley basically
That's a
throws
plot
them,
point.
and your gun just you control the targeting systems to make them aim that direction, and I don't know. I guess they have cyberware now. I'm gonna spend a plot point. They have cyberware in them that like syncs up with the guns, and that's what makes them definitely do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so but the troll does not have this particular stuff because he's not shooting a gun. He's having a punch off with Haas right now. So
He's got a finger gun.
Maybe he does have finger gun. Are you guys gonna plot point it? We'll see.
To give him
No, he just does this.
he just does this a lot. Yeah. He's just a real cool guy.
Shady shades. What you doing?
Oh.
So what happened? The three orcs, did they shoot each other? What's going on?
Yeah, they all shot each other, and they're pretty hurt. Yep, they're pretty hurt.
Are they down?
They are wounded, kneeling, probably prone, groaning in pain.
Are they still like shooting at us?
No, they're alive, but they're not shooting at you.
I right now, Shade has perfectly lined up the truck with stopping or involuntarily ramming into something, Haas flying off, getting into the fight with the big guy, and or Shade's just sitting there going, "Hey, there are three people in front of me. They got guns. They don't seem to be doing so good. Let's make pancakes."
Uh-oh.
And just fucking floors it.
Oh
They're just gonna drive right into the pile of orcs.
I mean, they're not gonna die. They're big guys with cyberware and stuff, but they might get a bump on the head, so to speak.
Pilot ground craft, sir. Let's finish this. Pilot ground craft.
That's not great.
Edge.
Edge.
Let's just roll that.
So I'm re-rolling how many dice? Let's see.
46 for a little bit.
I have
You
3
roll
plus. I have 3 plus agility, so I'm re-rolling 8, right?
The Chord, don't forget to uncheck your edge thingy.
I did.
Cool.
That's better. So that's
You
3.
match me.
So it's it's
You match me.
matched. Can I edge again? No.
No. You can roll an exploit die.
Yeah, let's do that. Where? Which symbol is
die.
the exploit die?
It looks like the orb.
Hmm?
In your character sheet, it looks like a little orb next to those little shield symbols, those little buttons.
You mean the lens?
The lens, sure. Orb lens. Okay,
Damn it.
nothing exciting happened.
Well, still runs into them.
Alright,
I
so-
imagine they're like taking cover, and the ground clearance on the truck is so high that they just kind of tumble under. Nothing really happens. Shade still goes dumble, 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 and comes out on the other side. Looks in the rearview mirror, going, "Oh shit!" Nothing happened to them.
Okay, so it's my turn. At that point, they just throw their guns to the ground and say, "We give up. Please, just leave us alone. We give up. You can have the loot." However, the troll, not having seen any of this, really wants to punch Haas. I'm a punch at Haas.
I'm gonna spend a plot point in reverse. No.
All right, Haas, I punch you.
Does he spin around to punch me?
That's a shit roll.
That is a shit roll, and he will spend his one and only edge.
9 rerolls.
Is that 9?
It's 9 on the screen, but that's not really
Accurate.
something to go on with the.
Actually, yeah, you're right. That's 9.
Yeah, because it's 11 otherwise, right?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Another.
All right. So, Bub, do your defense test.
All right.
Versus 5.
Punches.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Do you edge? Do you want to edge?
So
Yeah.
if
You have any?
he hits me right now, it's just excess numbers, right? Or what's this gonna?
All right. So, guys, we never determined damage before, really.
Not really. No.
Okay, so what happens is his punch does a flat amount equal to half his strength. But it becomes physical because he's doing a cyber run. So, I keep forgetting I gave him Shadow Amp. So he'll get to reroll 2 agility dice. Don't forget your amps, guys. Those are important.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So he's got 6 total. Essentially, my strength plus, I believe it's my net hit. But this is just gonna like go through your armor. So this would be physical damage. You just get punched right in the stomach. So take 8 damage, but this goes to your armor first before it does any sort of tracks. And you have mods which reduce the damage.
Yes. I reduced 4 damage, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
So, just basically remove 4 circles from your armor.
Yep.
So he gave you a nice big punch in the gut, and your armor deflected some of it. And left you a little winded, like a little oof. But shake it off, and you didn't really feel that.
Okay. Plot? Plot point on your turn. He pulls his arm from the wall, but using that force, destined to actually land a strike on me, he whips it around, catching me. But he completely forgot about the baton, so as he spins around, instead of dodging the baton, it whips around his neck, follows around his jaw, and implants right into his mouth. The tip of the stun baton is in his mouth.
Shocking revelation.
Okay. In this case, do a close combat. And since we're doing something kind of interesting here, roll a glitch die.
Okay. I should be able to do that.
And I just attempt to dodge.
Close
I
combat,
realized.
Plus the glitch die.
plus my glitch. No
Okay,
consequence.
so you won. Nothing super exciting, but it does land how you want it.
Okay.
Continue.
The stun baton does 7 shocking damage.
Oof. So, I'm just gonna... He doesn't have any armor left.
It's
because
stun.
it got redded.
Yeah.
So it's just 7 stun?
It's 7 stun, yeah.
He just eats it. He just eats that stun.
He does, literally.
Because he's out of armor. It got shredded.
Texture. Such a vibrant flavor.
Yeah.
So, Bub, feel free to articulate. What happens to him that gets him the 7 stun?
Yeah, he wheels around, landing the blow, seeming to have minimal effect over Haas, as he realizes that he's lips wrapped around a baton, but it's not something he may enjoy. You see one hand raised as he's been struck. It's not very nice. And then there's a zap. It starts as a small shock at first, but you can see the troll visibly begin to light up. The single mechanical arm, the cyberware, just like swings upward and is clutched up in the sky as if he's holding on for dear life. He will fall unconscious. Quite a shocking experience.
Well, he would be standing, but tell you what, that was so spectacular. I'll just let you... If you spend a plot point, you knock him out.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so with that spectacular amount of awesome, he just like feels his entire body shocking from the baton, and he cooks almost a little bit, but not enough to completely fry his organs.
No,
But
I'm
he
not
just, like,
aiming to kill him. Just to put him down for a
So-
little while.
So after he just had a nice huge jolt to his system, like a huge taser effect almost, he goes down with a loud thwack and just sort of rumbles the ground around him a little bit.
As I walk away from him, I trigger my cue. Night, night.
All right, and I'd say that de-escalates the fight. You got the rest of them surrender. The bikes that you did here, they seem to like come by, and turns out they were reinforcements, but there's only like 3 of them, and they were like, oh, dreck. So they just like do a hairpin turn on their bikes and drive away. They're not dealing with this shit. They got to find themselves a new boss.
Perfect.
Shade, impressed as fuck. with Haas just walks over and does the fist on the arm, like, "Well done, big guy."
Yeah, and he puts his hand up like he wants to give Shade a high five.
Like, give him a high five.
Just lay into it.
All
Shade
right,
just like,
It's okay, it's my cyberarm. It's my cyberarm.
Okay.
It's my cyberarm.
So you guys make this loud clank of a high five.
Yeah.
So it's more like a.
Oh well, to be fair, mine is a synthetic cyberarm. You can't really see, so it's still like soft-ish.
Soft-ish. Okay, so
Soft tissue.
we did run a little late on a potential break, but we're gonna go ahead and do that break now.
Okay. All right, guys, we will be just a moment. We're probably going to take a 3 to 5 minute break. Go ahead and run yourselves to the bathroom, take a bio, grab a drink, do other things. Yeah, I know. I know. Speedy is probably in dire need of peeing, but we all know what happens. This is when his roommate takes a shower. Right. So
we'll see. We'll see. I actually don't need to pee that much, and my luck, they won't be in the shower now.
Yeah.
You just need a break from being. You just need a break from cooking, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. We will see you in a moment. Hang tough, and we'll see you then. BRB, lads and ladies.